What if I told you that right now, as we speak, the FBI is actively working to undermine immigration enforcement in this country? Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what's happening. We have confirmed reports that FBI officials are leaking the details of ICE raids, putting our agents at risk and helping criminal aliens escape justice. Meanwhile, Secretary Kristi Noem is doing something absolutely unprecedented. She's using Guantanamo Bay to house the worst criminal aliens, but here's where it gets really interesting. Sanctuary cities are in complete meltdown, and what's happening in New York City right now is simply extraordinary. And just like ICE is cleaning up our streets, it's time to clean up your energy bills. While criminal aliens are fleeing from law enforcement, your money is fleeing from your wallet thanks to soaring heating costs. But there is a solution. It's a trusted portable heater from StayWarmNow.com. It's like having a tactical advantage against high energy bills. While Sanctuary Cities waste taxpayer dollars harboring criminals, you can save up to 60% on your heating costs. Visit StayWarmNow.com for a special Law and Order discount. Don't let the energy companies raid your bank account. It is linked down below. Okay, check this out. Here it is from Secretary Kristi Noem 24 hours ago. She says the FBI is so corrupt, we will work with any and every agency to stop leaks and prosecute these crooked deep state agents to the fullest extent of the law. And she was quote tweeting the Los Angeles Times. Leaked document says large-scale immigration enforcement action coming soon to L.A. So she is clearly very upset that information is being leaked to the press and tipping off all of these illegals. And she did this. Now, this was posted 6 days ago, but it bears repeating now. The rule of law is not optional in the U.S. If people want to come here, you will obey our laws.
Appreciate the due process will be followed, and having facilities at Guantanamo Bay will be an asset to us, and the fact that we'll have the capacity to continue to do there what we've always done. We've always had a presence of illegal immigrants there that have been detained. We're just building out some capacity. So we appreciate the partnership of the DOD in getting that up to the level that it needs to get to in order to facilitate this repatriation of people back to their countries. So remember that Guantanamo Bay, clearly by this president, has said that it will hold the worst of the worst, that we are going after those bad actors. This last week I was in New York City. We were going after people that had warrants out for their arrest on murders and rapes, assaults, gun purchases, drug trafficking. In fact, we had a member of TDA that was one of the ringleaders that we picked up that week had been trying to buy grenades. These are the types of individuals that we are targeting. We're removing from communities, and that could end up having a stay at Guantanamo Bay before they are returned home to their countries to deal with.
Yep. Guantanamo is open for business. Here she is again. I will make no apologies for working hard to remove murderers, rapists, child abusers, and gang members from this country. Yes, these criminal aliens are dirtbags. Rapid response. Debbie Wasserman Schultz claims Secretary Noem called Venezuelan immigrants dirtbags. And she says it's a sick lie.
Breathtaking. Jose, the fact that the Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, Donald Trump's Homeland Security Secretary, called Venezuelans here in this country who are here because they fled Maduro's oppressive and brutal regime dirtbags, I mean, the insult is breathtaking. Jose, the fact that the Homeland Security Secretary...
It's breathtaking, is it? And then we have this, more from Secretary Kristi Noem. She's on fire lately. On the ground in Guantanamo Bay, President Trump said from the start, criminal illegals have no place in our homeland. He's keeping his promise.
We want to thank everybody. I'm down here at Guantanamo Bay, checking out some of the operations that we're standing up to house the worst of the worst and illegal criminals that are in the United States of America. They won't be there for long. We want to thank President Trump for all of his hard work to make America safe again.
America is getting safer by the minute. Holy cow. Here we have more from Kristi Noem. She was just in Cuba, saw firsthand criminal aliens being unloaded off a flight at Gitmo. And this is her message to the criminals.
Will be held at Guantanamo. Here with me now, just back from Guantanamo Bay, is Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see you in person. So you and the president have said repeatedly that the worst of the worst will be held at Guantanamo. There are a few dozen people there already. I believe they're right now being held in cells formerly used to house terror suspects. So can you give more specifics about who's there right now, what crimes have they committed, and how long you're going to detain them?
So there are several planes that have transported individuals to the base, and they are in the system and the facilities that, you know, a lot of our worst terrorist criminals have been incarcerated for many years. These individuals are the worst of the worst that we pulled off of our streets.
Who are they?
Murderers, rapists. So when I was there, I was able to watch one of the flights landing and them unload about 15 different of these criminals. Those were mainly child pedophiles, those that were out there trafficking children, trafficking drugs, and were pulled off of our streets and put at this facility. So I'm very thankful that they are off the streets of the United States and that we have safer communities.
And how long
today.
will they be there? Are they going to be?
They'll be there until we work with arrangements to take them back to their countries where they belong and have consequences dealt with them there. So they will be treated much like many other individuals in this country that are those dangerous criminals that don't belong here.
Do they have legal counsel?
They have due process. Everybody has due process, and every individual has the right for that. And my job is to make sure we're following the law and every single individual that we're bringing into custody and transporting back to their home country.
So since they're there now.
Okay. Oh, and we got this. We got some breaking news on the Rod Blagojevich front. This just in, Mark Vargas 13 minutes ago stating that the Blagojevich family, Rod Blagojevich and his wife Patty, will make a statement to the press outside their home this evening at 9 p.m. Central Time. Dan Scavino, just 60 moments ago, President Trump signs a full and unconditional pardon of former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich.
Illinois. We have a full and unconditional pardon for former Governor Rod Blagojevich of the state of Illinois.
Good. It's my honor to do it. I've watched him. He was set up by a lot of bad people, some of the same people that I had to deal with. He wasn't quite as successful, but he had somebody that saw what was going on. I didn't know him other than I believe he was on The Apprentice for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is huge news. Great news for Rod Blagojevich. I was just with him and Mark Vargas and the whole team there just about 10 days ago. Amazing. And now we have this. The Federal Bureau of Investigations, Mila Joy, reports the FBI is responsible for releasing the date, time, and location of ICE raids. The FBI put the lives of ICE raids and illegals in serious jeopardy. She says this is treason. Homeland Security Kristi Noem says that the FBI is so corrupt, we will work with any agency to stop the leaks and prosecute these deep state agents to the fullest extent of the law. It continues, pro-open borders NGOs plotting resistance to President Trump's ICE raids funded by hundreds of millions of your tax dollars. The U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, which has received $375.9 million, is using those funds to create training material for illegal aliens to avoid deportation and lobby against President Trump's immigration restrictions. Can you believe that? All that money is being used against the United States. And it's your money. The Young Center for Immigrant Children's Rights, a recipient of over $11 million, lobbied against the Laken-Riley Act and engages in community organizing against ICE. Many more highly concerning examples. Here are the receipts on your screen right now. U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, right there, $375.9 million. U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, this is how much they received. Oh, they've been around since 1911, is that right? And then we have law enforcement officers, state police, local police. I mean, these are the receipts they're posting here over and over again. The signing of the Laken-Riley Act is a tragic betrayal of our values. Go talk to their parents. Go talk to her mother, right? And talk about tragedy. The City Council of Huntington Beach. Now, this was last in January. This is January 21st. Huntington Beach, California, voted to defy Gavin Newsom and designate themselves as a non-sanctuary city to allow Trump and ICE to conduct massive deportation raids. At least some people get it.
Agencies are after. So City Council just voted to designate Huntington Beach as a non-sanctuary city, which means the city and its law enforcement agents are going to be coordinating and cooperating with ICE and other federal agencies to fight crime. And we are not going to be violating federal immigration laws, specifically to harbor and conceal individuals that the federal agencies are after. So again, non-sanctuary city here in Huntington Beach.
Thank you, Huntington Beach. 5 hours ago, Greg Todd, ICE raids in 7 Denver locations by hundreds of agents yielded 1 alleged gang member arrest. So he's basically mocking ICE. ICE previously said 100-plus members of the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua were targeted for arrest and detention in raids that day. Oh, he's saying only one was arrested. Okay, well, maybe he is citing ABC News, so I mean it's fake news right there. ICE raids targeting violent foreign gangs successful. Promises made, promises kept. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And we have this LA Times. Tactical pirate 6 hours ago. LA Times leaked sensitive information about ICE raids. ICE raids create New York City ghost towns as migrants hide. So as the ICE raids continue, much like in Chicago, a lot of these restaurants and businesses that would employ these illegals, no one's showing up to work, and it's just a ghost town. Because people, they know where these people work, and ICE is showing up to work, to where they work, and taking them. Right? FBI is informing illegal aliens of ICE raids. Someone call Kash Patel. Oh, I'm sure he knows. Truthdig.com. The prospect of ICE raids has caused significant fear among immigrant communities. Well, I mean, listen, if you're legal, you shouldn't have any concern at all. Okay? The FBI, this is Libs of TikTok 9 hours ago. Fox News headline, DHS Secretary Noem appears to accuse corrupt FBI of leaked LA ICE raids. Gateway Pundit reports Pam Bondi sending a warning to the leakers of ICE raids. We will come after you. Here it is. We have the video from where is that video? Well, I'm gonna get that video. But this was 20 hours ago. This is Ben Berquam, Venezuelan gangs taking over the suburbs in Illinois because of Democrat sanctuary policies. This is directly at the feet of Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, and every sanctuary supporting Democrat like Emma Lozano of Lincoln United Methodist Church. And he is here with Terry Newsom, a friend of mine, who is currently being about to be persecuted by the Southern Poverty Law Center for his work.
The chief of...
So, Terry, we're down here. We're in Macy's.
Yes.
Talk to me about what's happening out here, DuPage County, the Oak Brook Mall.
Yeah. Oak Brook is a very high-end, wealthy community of Chicago, western suburbs. Nice high-end community, nice mall. And since the Venezuelans been flooding the state and the city of Chicago, they're coming out here. Actually, they're taking the trains, they're taking cars out here. And the mall, because it's a high-end mall, has been a main target of Venezuelans. The chief of Oak Brook, Brian Stracas, arrested around 120-something, if not more, illegal immigrants. Some of them fit Joe Biden's asylum seeker status, which they're really not, right? That's his morphed version of what an asylum seeker is.
Just bastardizing what asylum is.
Yeah, and then last week, he arrested 4 Venezuelans that were Tren de Aragua. They're sitting in DuPage County Jail right now. Not sure what's going to happen. The judge did order to keep them because they were supposed to, because of that stupid law, let them go. But the judge did keep them. And
so the law, Governor Pritzker wants to let these guys out.
Yes, yeah. So the judge ruled not to let them out. Which is, and then what's more disturbing is that one of them has a colostomy bag because he was in a shootout in Chicago. And he's here committing crimes. And then I also learned from Chief Stracas that when his tactical unit officers make arrests here in the mall, and then they go and they confiscate the vehicles, they're finding the ankle bracelets. While these guys are committing crimes in our mall, they have ankle bracelets from the Biden administration to kind of track them.
So they're CBP-1 entries into our country. They've got their ankle bracelets. They've cut their ankle bracelets. They're committing crimes. And he's finding them in their cars. Now, on top of this, so you gave me the contact info for Bob Berlin, the state's attorney for DuPage County. I reached out. I have not heard back from him. All of this is happening under Governor Pritzker's watch, under Mayor Johnson. So all of this is pushing out from Chicago out here into the suburbs.
Yes.
And you're not hearing anything about this. You're hearing stories about it in the media, but nothing tying it back to Governor Pritzker. And it's the policies that have created this.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is you see Pritzker kind of backpedaling in recent days?
Yeah,
but
pretending
this is
like
the very same guy who invited him here, right? The very same guy who said, you have to go through me to get here. So you can't tell me that he's a coward because he is slowly backpedaling, right, for political purposes and to save his own ass. I don't know where he's going to end up on, but he's trying to tell the whole country that, well, we don't want the bad ones here. Well, hold on, buddy. You invited the bad ones here.
You invited all of them.
Yeah. So now you
invited them. That's right. Here's that footage of Pam Bondi. We will go after those who leaked ICE raid locations.
That they are there may be a leak inside the house as it relates to DHS and some of the operations that they are attempting to carry out. What's your reaction to hearing about that, and what, if anything, can be done to mitigate that?
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you. And it's not going to stop our mission. It's not going to stop the president's mission to make America safe again. We were very clear with the lawsuit that we filed in Chicago that if you don't follow the law, you will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
And maybe we'll see Pritzker on that. And of course, related to Illinois, we have Blagojevich getting a full and unconditional pardon from Donald J. Trump. We're expecting a public statement from the Blagojevich family at 9 o'clock Central Time this evening. So we're going to continue to keep our eyes open for that. So the ICE raids continue. Here we have El Patro Mexican Cafe and Cantina in Liberty, Missouri was raided by ICE, and the Department of Homeland Security has reported 12 of the 15 employees were taken into custody. 80% of their workforce was illegal.
Que los funcionarios Homeland Security llegó al restaurante El Potro.
So this was posted by Wall Street Apes. This is video from apparently the restaurant where the raid occurred. And there's the ICE officials inside the restaurant, and they are taking into custody 80% of that restaurant's workforce, which is why you're seeing in New York or in Chicago, a lot of locations are becoming ghost towns because of the number of illegals that are in the employ of these groups. Music artist Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, an audio slave, performed at Anaheim House of Blues, praising illegals on stage. Yeah, he's not raging against the machine. He is celebrating the machine. So let's be perfectly clear about what we're seeing here. A federal agency, the FBI, actively sabotaging another federal agency, ICE, all while Secretary Noem is filling up Guantanamo Bay with the worst criminal aliens in our country. Sanctuary cities are in panic mode. New York streets, Chicago, turning into ghost towns as illegals go into hiding. But here's the question nobody in the mainstream media dares to ask. If the FBI is willing to compromise our national security by leaking sensitive law enforcement operations, what other secrets are they hiding from the American people? What else are they willing to do to protect the deep state's open border agenda? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while law enforcement secures our borders, secure your Patriot style with our MAGA Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Grab a hat, grab a shirt, and support our work.